Hi traders, Anthony here, just looking at MATIC Polygon here. I pulled this up on a weekly, and this is a weekly high back further here. I'll just open that up and show you. Yeah, we got this high over here. All right, so we're trading up into a big level here. A few things about this. Just go back to our daily chart. So I've just marked a couple of these candle body levels through here. I'll grab that as well. If we get a pullback, there's a bit of a gap here. So let's just check this out on 4-hour chart. So the thing with this, for me, is this impulse leg here spiked up with a lot of momentum behind it, right? So it's run into resting orders in the order book up here, resistance. So we're getting a bit of consolidation. Now, can this blast through here and go to the next level? Yeah, it sure can. But what makes more sense to me is to not chase that and see what opportunities we can find around where it's currently trading. Looking at this, we've got this impulse leg, and through this range here, fairly thin liquidity given the momentum behind that. My idea with that then is that the market will, generally speaking, in most cases, will look to trade back down to the point of origin. All right, so if we consider that concept, impulse leg here, thin liquidity, point of origin being this range, it trades back down to it, finds liquidity, thin liquidity, all right, trades back down looking for the point of origin being the range that it traded from. Same thing here. So if we, and I mean, yeah, we didn't really even get much of a pullback here either. So I would say that liquidity is fairly thin, and we should see some kind of a pullback perhaps. And I'm thinking, even if I grab a fib here, I mean, we could pull a fib from this low, actually. I'm more inclined to do that and look for a target, like a counter trend trade down into these levels. Okay, so we've got a confluence at this level here with my 50 to 618 entry zone for a trend continuation. Let's get rid of that. All right, it comes into confluence with this daily high, or this daily, I should say, this daily level here. All right, so that would be our first port of call for support. Then we have this whole range through here to consider. If we go with this concept of it trading back, looking for the range from where it originated, that's a movement back down here. So we've got another daily level. Okay, two of them here. This could be the range where this rolls over and finds its feet, perhaps. Looking at this, that's what makes more sense to me than anything. I definitely won't be chasing that if that spikes or if it trades higher. You know, I mean, I could be looking for a retrace pullback, like a counter trend trade, and then, you know, if it consolidates and we see some kind of a setup and then momentum, then that's a trade. And the other idea, of course, is, I'll just clear the decks a bit, where we get this previous range. So this range here, we've had a break of this range high, break and retest of the range high. If we see it start to set up here, then that could be it. But this whole zone in here is where there's resting liquidity, I would imagine. So that's my take. Don't chase that. There could be a counter trend, and we could look to go long on a pullback. So let's just open up this 4 hour. So here we are with our indicators. There was the signal. That's the sell alert right there. So, you know, you would have wanted to have gotten in on that at that level. It's a little bit late now, and I mean, there's a few things about this chart that flashing warning bells for me at the moment. So let's just take a look at that. You know, what makes more sense to me than anything, given how strong this move is right up into a weekly here, is the gap here, this thin leg. And I really would like to see this trade back down into this range at least and give me an opportunity to buy. It's probably what I'd be looking for. There is an awful lot of momentum behind this, there's no doubt about that. what we can do is grab the parallel here and pull a range through. This is our range. Don't mess around in here unless you're trading like on the 3 or 5 minute chart and scalping. Now you could do quite well from that, with our lower time frame scalping strategy within this range. That would be an opportunity, definitely. But looking for a higher time frame buy or sell here, the thing with this is we've had a breakout of this. I'll pull this range from down here. And I really would like to see the break and retest of this range. So however far this pulls back and wherever it finds, you're going to find that, like, see how we've got this range up here? It's going to settle, it should settle into some kind of consolidation like that or like this. All right, so I want to see it settle into some kind of consolidation. And then from there, it either starts to build to the upside or it'll build to the downside, and then we'll get a break of this or that. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the higher time frame. So this is not a buy on the higher time frame for me. It might be if it pulls back down here. Lower time frame opportunities, definitely, so we could look at that. Just clear the decks a little bit here. So if we go down to our lower time frames now, this is a 5 minute chart here, then we can look for opportunities. So see how we've got a red and a green? Right, let me just pull this through again. Wherever you see the market ranging and we've got these white bars in here, this is a no-go zone, really. There's no trade set up from these signals. And what it's telling us is, red followed by green or green followed by red is a no-go zone. A clear signal is going to be green, and then we get something like that. I've just cleared all of my drawings, including all my levels. Never mind. All right, so this is ranging 5 minute chart. So what we can do is we can actually go down to a 3 minute chart. Okay, so see, we're starting to see some signals on the 3 minute chart now. We could work this and, take these signals on the lower time frame. And the setups that I do like are the dot, and then when you see this and this, you just leave it in there and enjoy the ride. So here's a red dot, we got a red down arrow. So will we start to see now some momentum? So that dot would have been your opportunity. So this is where we can trade these ranges from the lower time frame, and I'd really like the 3 minute, and I get a bit aggressive. I like the 1 minute, and there's more opportunities on the 1 minute, but it's pretty fast. All right, so here we are, 1 minute, 1 minute. In fact, this one could have resulted in that, right? So then you can definitely trade these ranges on the lower time frame like that and just work these levels. Okay, guys, I think, look, I'll wrap it up at that, and I'd invite you to, if you haven't already, click on the links below. Join us. Have a look and see where the links take you. You might be surprised. Alrighty, have a great day. See you in the next video.